श्रुत्वावन् एतद् गुह्यम् अहं परं योगं योगेश्वरात् कृष्णात् साक्षात् कथायता स्वयं राजन् संसृत्य संवादम् इमम् अद्भुतं केशवार्जुन यो पुण्यं हृष्यामि च मुहुर्मुहुर् यच्च संसृत्य रूपम् अति अद्भुतं हरेः विस्मयो मे महान् राजन् हृष्यामि च पुनः पुनः यत्र योगेश्वरो कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र विजयो ध्रुवनीतिर्मतिर्मम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Such a beautiful, beautiful chanting. It was very melodious, very nice. Thank you.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you for beautifully recitation of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Very beautiful, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji, for giving me the opportunity, and please forgive me. I know I have done so many mistakes. Please forgive me, Mataji. So 10:58, shall I start the service, Mataji? Greeting service. Shall I start, Mataji? Actually, Binita Mataji is not available today, so
Start, Mataji.
sorry, Mataji, I couldn't hear you. Shall I start, Mataji?
Go ahead, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Thank
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. पञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. All glories to the assembled devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Sundarangi Radha Devi Dasi from Canada, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call today. Let us move to our next session, which is Sri Caitanya Bhagavatam. Before moving to the next session, may I know who all have joined this mid-morning?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Nittu Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Mataji. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Hare
Go ahead.
Krishna
Go ahead.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Sumi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call. I think
Hare
it's
Krishna
11.
Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago, and very beautifully recitation of Bhagavad Gita, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Yasomati Priya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your wonderful services, and thank you for joining every day. And thank you so much, Mataji, for all the services. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. It's 11 o'clock,
Hare
Mataji. Hare Krishna. I think I can start. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we are so fortunate to have Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji to enlighten us on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavatam Madhya Khanda, 20th chapter and text 105 to 131. Before handovering the call to Mataji, I would like to take a permission to read Srila Prabhupada's quote for today. Is it okay, Mataji? Can I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So today is 29th January. These temples, they are just like oases in the desert for the conditioned souls to quench the thirst of their desire for real happiness. Letter to Shirodakshai, January 29, 1973. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your valuable time and association to us this mid morning. Whenever ready, please take over the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Sundarangi Radha Mataji, for your wonderful chanting, for all your services, for all your dedication and sincerity. Thank you so much. And thank you, dear devotees, all of you, for joining us. So we will start with the invocation prayers and then we will move ahead with our Caitanya Bhagavat session. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथां वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदां सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखां वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। आनंद लीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाभदिव्य छवि सुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रस प्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते। आजानुलम्बितभुजौ कनकावधातौ सङ्कीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ। जयति जयति देवा कृष्ण चैतन्य चन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्या पवित्रा। जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेश्वमूर्ते जयति जयति नृत्यां तस्य सर्वप्रियाणाम्। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपहातं हं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्येश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for very grateful for your very kind association. So we are in the section where Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is describing the glories of Sri Murari Gupta. So we have already covered 100 verses of this chapter where the glories of Murari Gupta has been described and how Mahaprabhu conducted these nocturnal kirtans in the house of Shiva's Angan, in the house of Shiva's Thakur, and only the intimate associates of Mahaprabhu were allowed. So Now, Vrindavan Das Thakur is describing about Murari Gupta, that how Murari Gupta, he became Garuda and Mahaprabhu was on the top of Murari Gupta. And all such confidential pastimes cannot be understood by some general class of devotees. So, in one sense, we see that how Mahaprabhu established this Sankirtan, this Yuga Dharma Palav, right? He came to establish this Yuga Dharma, which is the Sankirtan movement, which is open for everyone. For each and every one of us are eligible to perform this Sankirtan Yajna, because Mahaprabhu opened the doors for all of us. But still, when it comes to his confidential pastimes, Mahaprabhu performed these confidential pastimes in the closed group, because everyone cannot understand the mood of Mahaprabhu. And in his close associates, sometimes Mahaprabhu will go in Bhakta Bhav, sometimes in Bhagavan Bhav, and will develop all kind of ecstatic symptoms, the Ashtasattvika Vikars, which general class of people, which general class of devotees also cannot understand. So Mahaprabhu is still performing all these. In Bhagavat, in Caitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur is describing that Mahaprabhu continue perform these intimate pastimes with his intimate devotees. And this time he is taking Murari Gupta and he is glorifying Murari Gupta. And Vrindavan Das Thakur through this chapter is glorifying Murari Gupta. So we all know who Murari Gupta is. Who Murari Gupta is? Anyone wants to just volunteer and say? What is his Siddhadeha?
Garuji and the Hanuman Dada.
Hanuman.
Hanuman.
Yes, he is Hanuman. That's his Siddhadeha. But here he is coming as Murari Gupta. Now, anyone wants to say who was another personality also in Chaitanya Leela who was so much dedicated to Lord Ramachandra? And practically he didn't want to chant Krishna name.
Sanatan
Anupam.
Huh?
Sanatan, I'm sorry.
Sanatan Goswami.
No.
Anupam. The
Anupam. Anupama, Vallabha, also known as Vallabha. So it was Anupama who was the younger brother of Srila Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami. So when Sanatan Goswami, he came to Jagannath Puri to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this news to Sanatan Goswami that Rupa and Anupama were coming, and unfortunately Anupama died. He left his body. And Rupa Goswami was very upset, means he was feeling very sad. But then Mahaprabhu told that I send Rupa Goswami back to Vrindavan. So at that time, Sanatan Goswami was remembering all things about his brother Anupama, and he was telling that Anupama was so much dedicated to Lord Ramachandra that we told him so many times that actually Lord Krishna is supremely attractive. His beauty, his sweetness, his pastimes, they are unlimited. And so you should engage yourself in devotional service to Krishna like we too are devoting ourselves, means Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami. So in this way, we all three brothers will be together and we'll be discussing Sri Krishna's pastimes. And then this Vallabha, Anupama, he replied that, of course, you are all my elder brothers, both of you. I cannot disobey your orders. And so you both please initiate me into Krishna mantra so that I can perform devotional service to Lord Krishna. And that at that night, he went and he began to think, oh, how can I give up the lotus feet of my Lord Raghunath? And he stayed up all night and then he cried. And then in the morning, he came to both the brothers and he said, see, I don't know. I don't want to commit any offense against Krishna. I know he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But what can I do? Even though you have initiated me into Krishna mantra, the whole night I was not able to chant. I have sold my head at the lotus feet of Lord Ramachandra and I cannot take it away. It is very painful for me. Life after life, I just want to serve Lord Ramachandra. I want to serve the lotus feet of Lord Raghunath. And it is impossible for me to give his lotus feet. And whenever if I think of giving that, It breaks my heart as if I become lifeless. And in this way, when he was saying, both Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami started smiling and they said, yes, hats off to your sincerity. You are so sincere and you are very fortunate. And just by chanting Lord Ramachandra, you will attain perfection. So there is no problem if you are so much devoted. And at that time, actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatan Goswami that a similar incident happened with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatan Goswami that when I was in Navadvip, at that time I had this, my very dear associate Murari Gupta. He is also the staunch follower of Lord Ramachandra. So Mahaprabhu told Sanatan Goswami that I first of all examined him, but his determination was very similar to Anupama. So then he says that actually Mahaprabhu gives this benediction that glorious is that devotee who does not give up the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. And of course, the glorious is that Lord who also doesn't abandon his dear servant. So this is the entire pastime that happened, and Murari Gupta, though he is Hanuman, fixed in his Siddha Deha of worshipping Lord Ramachandra, but Mahaprabhu gave all his mercy to him. So from today onwards, there is another pastime that is being depicted. So I'll try to cover that pastime, couple of verses, and we'll just go through them and we'll see where and then whatever is needed, we will see. Let me share my screen. Oh. 05 to 1112. Why am not seeing it? Okay, here it is. So this is, we'll start with 105. Okay, Sundarangi Radha Mataji. Sai bhakta dhane chhade prabhura charana, sai prabhu dhane na chhada nija jana. Yes, Mataji, this is the verse. Thank you for sharing. Where Mahaprabhu is saying, glorious is that devotee who does not give up the shelter of the Lord, and glorious is that Lord who does not abandon his servant. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that verse. एक दिन मुरारी परम शुद्ध माति निज मन माने गणे अवतार स्थिति. So these are couple of verses together. We'll go one by one. एक दिन, one day, Murari Gupta, he was in his Paramashuddhamati. Paramashuddhamati means that he was in his internal consciousness, not something external, but in his Shuddha intelligence. Murari Gupta was there. Nija mane gane avatar sthiti. And he started thinking of the position of the Lord's incarnations. Sangopange achaya javat avatara tava chintiye ami nija pratikara. And he started thinking that how, while the Lord and his associates are still present in this world, they are here for what? They are here to give welfare to everybody. They are present in this world. But then he said that I should think about my own welfare now. And what is my welfare? Because Mahaprabhu is here. Mahaprabhu is giving and bestowing mercy to each and every one. So he's saying now at times comes when I have to think about my own self. But then he started thinking about the different pastimes of the Supreme Lord. ना भुजी कृष्णेरा लीला काखाना के करे ताखानी श्री लीला ताखानी samhare. He says, I don't understand about Mahaprabhu's Krishna Leela, that how he acts and he sometimes in a particular state, because as Krishna, na bhujire Krishna Leela, I don't understand his Krishna Leela, kaka nahi kare, whatever the activities that he has done in that Krishna Leela, I don't understand. Takhani Srijiya Leela, sometimes he creates, and Takhani Samsare, sometimes he also annihilates. So that is the position of the Supreme Lord. Hey Sita lagiya mare swamsa Ravana aniya chadila Sita ke mana karana. So he says, now forget about Krishna Leela. Even in Lord Ramachandra pastimes, I don't understand that how he performs his pastimes. When Ravana kidnapped Sita Devi, at that time, Ramachandra, he fought with Ravan. He practically killed Ravan just to get his own Sita back. And then once he got back, I don't know why he again abandoned Sita back to the forest in the hermitage of Valmiki. I don't know why he did. Aniya Chadila, why did he again abandon? On one hand, you are fighting with another person to get your Sita back. On the other hand, you are again leaving. So I don't understand these pastimes. ये यादव गण निज प्राणेर समान साक्षात देखिया तारा हरया parana. Then he says that even in Krishna Leela, I don't understand that these Yadava Ganas, all these devotees of Yadava dynasty, they were Nij Pranayana, they were the Pran of Lord Krishna. They were like the life air of Lord Shri Krishna, because this Yadu dynasty came to help Krishna in his pastimes in Krishna Leela. So these Yadava Ganas were actually Krishna's life and soul. But how come Krishna himself orchestrated this entire plan where the whole Yadava dynasty was annihilated? Sakshat Dekhiya, and himself he was the witness to see that how these Yadavas are leaving their body. They were fighting among themselves. So yes, that curse happened. We know the pastime. I'll not go into that pastime where Samba acted that is as if he's pregnant, and all these, they went to the rishis and they asked whether he's going to deliver a baby boy or a baby girl, and then sage cursed that how these Yadavas, they will fight among themselves, because he's not going to deliver a boy or a girl, but he's going to deliver a lump of iron, and that iron will be the cause of the annihilation of all the Yadavas. So it was a curse, but ultimately the entire plan was orchestrated by Krishna. So Murari Gupta is thinking, well, it's impossible for me to understand him in Ramachandra Leela, in Krishna Leela. It's impossible for me to understand. अतएव यावता क्षय अवतारा तावता मारा देह त्याग प्रतिकार. And he says, therefore, instead of me analyzing all this, I should just simply give up my body. Tavat amara deha tyaga. I should give up my body while the Supreme Lord is still in this world. I should give up this body. Deha edi baramora ei se samaya. I should give up this time, at this very moment I should give. Prithviyate yavata chaya mahashaya. Till that time this personality, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is in this world, I should give up my body. Eteke Nirveda Gupta Chintamani Man. And this way, this Gupta, Murari Gupta, was thinking, Maniman mein he was thinking, Kharsana Khati Eka Anila Yatane, and somehow he secretly brought this Kharasana. Kharasana means the chopper, the sharp chopper he brought just to kill himself. So one day, the most pure Murari thought about the position of the Lord's incarnations. While the Lord and his associates are still present in this world, I should think of my own welfare. I cannot understand the pastimes of Krishna, how he acts at a particular time. Sometimes he creates and then he annihilates. Although he destroyed Ravana and his dynasty to bring back Sita, why did he then abandon her? So Yadu's part is not being given. So he's also talking about Yadava. Haya Yadava Gana Nija Prana Samana Sakshat Dekhe Tara Haraya Parana. He saw and he took away the life air of all the Yadavas, who were his pran, who were his life air. Therefore, Murari Gupta thought, I should give up my body while he is still present in this world. The proper time to give up my body is while that great personality is still present in this world. And after contemplating in this way, Murari Gupta secretly brought one sharp chopper. Now the question comes, why Murari Gupta wants to give up his life? What was the reason? Anyone wants to share? Why he wants to give up? He was happy. Mahaprabhu was happy. They were enjoying their intimate pastimes. Then what was the reason that Murari Gupta thought that, okay, this is the time that I should leave up my body? Anyone just, you can think of any reason why he's thinking this way?
Mataji, maybe because he thought that before the Lord culminates his Leela, let me leave because I will not be able to see the Lord leaving me. And while he is still present, I can get all the mercy.
That's the reason. Thank you, Parima Mataji. He thought because this is the position of a devotee. The devotee always thinks that till the time my good time is happening, I should leave this body. Because right now I am in the right mood where I am remembering the past times. And this is the right time where I can see the Supreme Lord also face to face while leaving this body. So this is an excellent opportunity for me to leave this body. This is the position of a devotee. The devotee always thinks that till the time is good where I'm remembering Krishna's name, where I'm chanting Krishna's name, I'm healthy, and I'm surrounded by devotees. Devotees can perform kirtan for me, and all my limbs are healthy. It's a very good time for me to leave this body. And this is the thought that came in the heart of Murari Gupta also. That Murari Gupta thought that I should leave this body. Immediately I should uh, kill myself. And for that he brought this great sharp chopper along with him. But the point is that we have to understand that this is not the real thing that we should even imagine. Because if we see that this killing of oneself is actually committing suicide, it is a very heinous act. It's a very sinful act. Some devotees, they never think of this process. They don't go in that route. But people, the living entity, normal, those who are conditioned, those who identify themselves with the body, they start thinking of committing suicide and they commit suicide. But the reason of their committing suicide is the frustration of this world. They are so much frustrated that they want to end up their life, and they think that by ending their life, the entire frustration will be gone, and there will be no anxiety, no frustration, no distress, nothing, and they will be situated very happily. While just the opposite happens, because by committing suicide, what happens is that they are inviting more miseries to them, because they are going against the will of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, our Shastra says that committing suicide is the most heinous of all the sinful activities, because we are taking away our life without the permission of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord has not permitted yet, and unnecessary, we are intervening in His plan and we are trying to lord it over. At this time, also, this is the sign of being lording it over. We are lording it over, where we think that this body belongs to me, though this body also doesn't belong to me. That kind of understanding one should have. But we think that this body belongs to me, and therefore I have full ownership on this body. And now it's up to me. Whenever I feel I can give up, or whenever I feel I can do anything. But that should not be the situation, that we should leave. But we see that the devotees also leave their body, and they at least have this feeling of leaving their body. But their feeling of leaving their body is not because they are in the material conception of life or in the bodily conception of life. They have the higher purpose. Like we see the example of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. When he went from Jagannath Puri, he went to Vrindavan when Mahaprabhu ended his pastimes, and Sarup Damodar Goswami, Rai Ramananda, they all left. At that time, our Raghunath Das Goswami, he went to Vrindavan. And he was feeling so lonely that he decided to give up his body by climbing on the cliff of Govardhan Hill and jumping from there. So that was his heart, that he wanted to give up his body. But then Sanatan Goswami came and told that no, this is not the right way. This is not the right thing that one should do. You have such a wonderful opportunity. For 18 continuous years, you were there with Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. Why don't you tell about his Antelila pastimes? Whatever you have written down, because that was the service of Raghunath Das Goswami. That when Mahaprabhu used to perform all his activities, his daily activities will be written in a coded form by Sarup Damodar Goswami. And later, Swam Sarup Damodar Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami will be elaborating on those pastimes, on those activities. So Sanatan Goswami told Raghunath Das Goswami that this doesn't happen. And how was he able to guide? He was able to guide because the similar incident happened with Sanatan Goswami also. So we know that how Sanatan Goswami also wanted to give up his life, especially when he got this disease where the pus and the blood were oozing out. So he thought that let me just see once Mahaprabhu and then I will give up my life on this, under the wheel of the Jagannath cart. But at that time, Mahaprabhu said, How come you got this, dear Sanatana? How can you think of committing suicide? Then Mahaprabhu told Sanatan Goswami that if committing suicide will give Krishna prem, then I would have myself given millions of time this body. Millions of time I would have committed suicide if this committing suicide gives Krishna prem. Then he says, no, one cannot attain Krishna simply by giving that body. There is only means to get Krishna Prem is through devotional service. Struggle. Even if there are struggles in life, we should tolerate those struggles. We should bear those struggles because that is going to cut down our own karmic reactions. And then there is a possibility that if we stay on the path and perform devotional service, then one day we can also be entitled to get Krishna Prem. Tattanukampam susikshamana. Only then we will become the rightful claim of Krishna's anukampa, of Krishna's compassion, but provided we all tolerate it. And then he said that this thought of committing suicide is actually influenced by the mode of ignorance. So don't be so ignorant. Perform devotional service, and then only you can awaken the dormant love that you have for Krishna. And then another important thing that Mahaprabhu told to Sanatan Goswami is that how can you even think of this nonsensical desire? Why? Because this body that you are thinking to give it up actually belongs to me now because I have initiated you. So we also, when we are initiated, we have no adhikar, we have no ownership on this body also. Each and every limb of our body, the entire body, it belongs to our spiritual master. And we should use this body in the service of spiritual master. So that Mahaprabhu told Sanatan Goswami that you cannot think of, you should not think of giving up this body because this doesn't belongs to you. So then Mahaprabhu said that this is my property. You have already surrendered unto me. So this body is also my property and you have no adhikar to destroy another's property. So he's telling Sanatan Goswami also that this, your body is my body now and you don't have any adhikar on this body. How can you leave this body? So this is the thing that when Sanatan Goswami was also instructed in this way, so he got self-realized, he understood, and then he gave this knowledge, gave this shiksha to Raghunath Das Goswami and told Raghunath Das Goswami that instead of giving up this body, live in Vipralamba, live in loving Mahaprabhu and loving the dear associates of Mahaprabhu in Vipralamba, in separation. And once you start reciting Mahaprabhu's things every day, then what will happen? then you will be living with Mahaprabhu, because this is what happens in Vipralamba. Vipralamba, what happens is that when we remember more and we talk about Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or his dear associates, we are actually living with them. So therefore, Vipralamba is much higher. And that was the message that was given by Sanatana Goswami to Raghunath Das Goswami. But here we see that how Murari Gupta is having this desire to kill himself. But Mahaprabhu, he won't let him do. And he will give the same message to Murari Gupta. आनिया थुइला काटी गृहरे भीतरे निश्चय एडी बादिहा हर्षा अंतारे. And aniya thuliar kati grihara bhitare. That kati, that weapon, that sharp weapon, what he got, he went inside the house and he hid it. And then nishchaya, and he made a full determination in his mind that today I will very happily, harshira antare, internally I'm very happy, and I will give up this body. सर्वभूत हृदय ठाकुर विश्वंभर मुरारी चित्तवृत्ति हाइला गोचर. Sarvabhuta Hridaya. Yes, he is residing in the heart of everybody. Right? Where Krishna also says that I reside in the heart of everyone. Sarvabhuta Hridaya. Just like Krishna, Krishna who is non-different, Vishwambara, who is non-different from Krishna, he also resides as Paramatma in the heart of every living entity. Sarvabhuta Hridaya, Thakur Vishwambara, he is residing in the heart. And he is also residing in the heart of Murari Gupta. And therefore, Murari Rachitta Vritti, he understood what is going on in the heart of Murari Gupta. Hai Lagochara, Mahaprabhu understood what is going on in the heart of Murari Gupta. Satvare Aila Prabhu Murari Bhavana Sambhrame Karila Gupta Charana Vandana. Immediately, Satavare, immediately, as soon as Mahaprabhu understood what is going on in the heart of Murari Gupta, he immediately, very quickly, he came to the house of Murari's Bhavan. He came to the house of Murari. Sambhrame Karila and the Karila Gupta, this Gupta is our Murari Gupta, he immediately offered his respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He did Charana Vandana, he offered his obeisances. आशा वसिया प्रभु कृष्ण कथा काय मुरारी गुप्तेरा हाय परम सदाय. So then he got very compassionate on Murari Gupta. Asane Vasiya Prabhu. As soon as Mahaprabhu came and Murari offered his obeisances, so Mahaprabhu offered him a seat to sit. And Mahaprabhu sat on that asan. Asana Vasiya Prabhu. He sat on that asan. And what he did? Krishna Kathaka. And he started talking about Lord Shri Krishna. And this talking about Lord Shri Krishna was actually the compassion of Mahaprabhu onto Murari Gupta. And then Prabhu bale Gupta vakya rakhiba mara. Gupta bole Prabhu mora sharira tomara. So Prabhu then said, Mahaprabhu said, O Gupta, O Murari Gupta, Vakya Rakhiba Amara? This is a question mark. Will you listen to me, whatever I want to say? Will you keep up to the words of mine? Gupta bole, Murari Gupta said, Prabhu, Mora Sharira Tumhara. What are you talking about following your words, keeping up to your words? This entire body belongs to you. So you can use this body the way you want. I'm just a doll, a puppet in your hand. Make me dance, make me dance, make me dance as you like. Prabhu bole ei satya, Gupta bole haya, khati khani deha more, Prabhu kane kaya. So then Prabhu said, Ei Satya, are you speaking truth? That this body belongs to me? Then Gupta bole, Hi, of course, yes, Prabhu. Yes, Mahaprabhu, everything belongs to you. This entire body belongs to you. Then immediately Mahaprabhu says, Kathi khani deha more. Then bring that chopper. Bring that chopper. And how Mahaprabhu said, he didn't said openly, Prabhu kane kaya. Mahaprabhu went and whispered in the ears of Murari. And he said, go and bring that Kathi khani. That the chopper, the sharp chopper that you got it. Can you bring it that? So let's read the translation. So, feeling great compassion for Murari, the Lord sat on an asan and he began to narrate the topics of Krishna. The Lord then said, O Murari, will you do what I say? Then Murari said, Of course, Lord, this body belongs to you. The Lord asked, Is that a fact? Are you saying Satya? So Murari said, Yes. And then Lord whispered, Prabhu kane kaya. Then Prabhu whispered in his ear. And then he said, Go and give me that chopper. Get that chopper. If you are telling the truth, Prabhupada Saraswati writes that if you are telling me the truth, then give me that sharp chopper that you have brought and kept inside the house. So how Mahaprabhu knows? Because Mahaprabhu is the Paramatma in the heart of every living entity. Sarva Bhuta, right? Say Sarva Bhuta Hridaya Thakur Vishwambara. So naturally he knows what is going on in the heart of Murari Gupta. But Murari Gupta still doesn't believe this, and he says, Ekati thuila deha chhadi bare dare tana yani deha ache ghare ra bhitare. Mahaprabhu is saying, you have kept a chopper inside the house with which you plan to kill yourself. You are planning to give your deha, you are planning to kill yourself. Please give it to me. But Murari will not say. Murari, haya haya kare Gupta mahadukha mane mithya katha kaila to mara kona jane. Even though knowingly that Mahaprabhu is the Paramatma who is residing in the heart of everyone and knows everything, no matter. See, we can do many things and we can hide it from others. Even we can hide it from our family members. But we cannot hide it from Krishna. Krishna knows the real truth because he is in the heart of everybody. So Murari Gupta is still saying, Haya, Haya, what are you talking about, Mahaprabhu? That I am planning to give up my life and for that I brought a chopper? Mahadukhaman, in great lamentation, he was saying, Alas, alas, what are you talking about? No, this is not fact. This is Mithya Katha. This is all false. And I don't know who told you about all this. Kahila tomara kaun jane? Who has told you this Mithya Katha? Who has told you this lie that I'm going to kill myself and for that I've brought this chopper and I've hid it in my house? This is all Mithya, Mahaprabhu. This is not true. प्रभु बोले मुरारी बड़ा प्रभु बोले मुरारी बड़ा ता देखा भोला परे कहिले से आमी जानी है ना बोला. The Murari said, the Lord said, Prabhu bole, the Lord said, O Murari, badai dekha bhola. Oh, you are certainly naive, you are innocent. Para khaila se ami jani hai na bola. Are you saying that I am trusting somebody's words? Para kahile means somebody told me something, and do you think that I'm trusting those words and that's why I'm telling you? Are you saying that I will know something only if someone tells me, then only I'll come to know? Or I'm trusting the words of others that they have told me some mithya katha and I'm believing it and that's why I've come to you? No, Murari, it's not true. ये गाडी दिला काटी ताहा आमी जानी आमी ताहा जानी जथा कहती तो या छातोमी. I know who made that chopper and I know where you have hidden it. Forget about you bringing that chopper and hiding it in your house. I even know who is the creator of that chopper, who made that chopper. I know him also. And I know very well where you have hidden in the house. So don't just believe my words. Don't act so innocent. Don't be so naive. सर्वा अंतर्यामी प्रभु जाने सर्वस्थान घरे गिया कटारी अनिला विद्यमान. And then the Lord, who is Sarva Antaryami, who is omniscient, super soul in the hearts of everybody, and he knows everything. Jane Sarvasthana, he knows everything. He immediately went inside Ghare Giya, he went inside the house of Murari Gupta, and he Katari Anila Vidyaman. Vidyaman means he immediately went and brought the chopper. He knew where Murari has hidden it. प्रभु बले गुप्त ए तोमार व्यवहारा कौन दोषे आमा छाड़ी चाहय बारा. Then Prabhu he was grave in this time, and very gravely he asked, "O Gupta, O Murari Gupta, यही तुम्हारा व्यवहार? This is how you behave? This is your position? You want to leave up and give up your body?" And then Mahaprabhu says, "Kauna doshayam? Mera kya dosh tha? What fault do I have that because of which you want to leave and give up this body?" So Mahaprabhu, he really went grave and he said, "What fault I have? Kaun dosha ama? Mera kya dosh hai? Tell me. Tell me my fault by which you are planning to give up your body. Why you want to go on that route?" तुम्ही गेले काहारे लाईला मोरा खेला हे ना बुद्धि तुम्ही कारा स्थाने वशिखीला. Then he says, "Tumhi gele, if you have gone, if you will leave me, Laya Mora Khela, from with whom I will enjoy my intimate pastimes. If you will leave me, why you want to leave me? He na buddhi tumhi, ye buddhi tumhe kisne di? Who gave you? Who has given you such ideas of leaving one's body? Why are you doing so? एखानी मुरारी मोरा देहा ए भिक्षा आरा कबू है ना बुद्धि न करी बशिक्षा. So now Murari, he's saying, "Oh Murari," Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, "Ekhani Murari, oh Murari, now you give me this bhiksha, you give me this word. Deha e bhiksha, give me this bhiksha. I'm begging you this arm. I'm not begging the arm of rice, dal, or any vegetable, but I'm asking you this dan, this bhiksha I'm asking you, that here onwards you will never think of giving up your body. You will never think of such things again. Ara kabu hena buddhi na kari bhashiksha. You will never think of giving up your body in future." कोले करी मुरारी रे प्रभु विश्वंभरा हस्त तुली दीला निजा शिरेरा ओपारा. कोली करे, महाप्रभु ने उसको लाइक दिल से अपनी छाती से लगा लिया. मीन्स ही एम्ब्रेस्ड. कोले करे मीन्स he embraced, he hugged Murari Gupta. He embraced Murari Gupta, and then Hastatuli diya, and he placed his own hand on Nija Shirira Opara, on the head of Murari Gupta. He placed his hand and he hugged Murari. It's such a beautiful, you can imagine this pastime, that how Mahaprabhu knows what is going in the heart of Murari Gupta, and how Murari Gupta is desiring to leave his body, and Mahaprabhu is simply embracing him and he's saying, "Mere se koi galti hui hai kya?" Like, am I at fault by which you are having these kinds of thoughts that you want to leave up this body? How will I enjoy my intimate pastimes? Because this is the mood of a devotee. The devotee wants to enjoy amidst of all the devotees. The devotee doesn't want to. We are not in some nirjan bhajan. We want the association of like-minded devotees, sajatiya sangha, in which we can share our thoughts, in which we can chant, in which we can glorify, do Krishna katha. That is the mood of a devotee. And Mahaprabhu here is in the mood of a devotee. He is in the mood of Srimati Radharani, who is calling on to her Krishna. And Mahaprabhu in that mood want to perform all his intimate pastimes, whether it is in Bhakta Bhav or in Bhagwan Bhav, but he want to share it with his very intimate associate. And so Mahaprabhu is saying that how will I enjoy? How will I share these intimate pastime if you are gone, Murari? Because in the previous verses, we saw that how Murari Gupta acted as Garuda and Mahaprabhu was on the back of Murari Gupta and were performing these leelas, these pastimes. So he said, no, please don't even think of doing such things again. Give me this promise. Give me this word. Mujhe ashvasan do. Give me this bhiksha that you will not perform. You will not even think of performing these things again. And Mahaprabhu just embraced him and placed Murari, placed his own hand, his nija, hastatuli dila nija, shirira opara, his own hand he placed on the head of Murari. Then Mahaprabhu said, Mora matha khao Gupta, Mora matha khao, Jadi ara bara deha, chhadi re bachao. Then he says, you will eat up my head, Murari, you will eat up my head. Mora matha khao. Eating up one's head means there are two things in which we can understand this phrase that he's saying, Mora matha khao. दिमाग मत खाओ मेरा, like in Hindi all we'll say ना, दिमाग मत खाओ, दिमाग खराब मत करो, or don't disturb me, don't frustrate me, don't unnecessarily irritate me. You can say that in English. So he's in Bengali all saying, Mora matha khao Gupta, Mora matha khao, means you will eat up my head, you will disturb me, you'll irritate me, you'll frustrate me. You'll make me annoyed if you ever think of giving up your desire, this desire of giving up your body. If you ever desire again to give up your body, even if you ever think of giving up this body, you will eat up my head, means you will irritate me, you'll frustrate me. Mera dimag kharab ho jayega, means I will lose all my mental peace if you think again of giving up your own body. आथे व्याथे मुरारी पडीला भूमी ताले पाखाइलेला प्रभुरा चरण प्रेम जाले. Then athe vyathe means he didn't know, like he somehow wants to control Mahaprabhu. So he immediately fell at the ground. He fell on the ground and he immediately washed the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. How? With his tears. Pakhila Prabhu Charana Prema Jale. He washed the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord with the tears of love. Because now he wants to control Mahaprabhu. Because Mahaprabhu was really upset at his heart. That how come Murari is even thinking of giving his own body, this body that belongs to Mahaprabhu, this body that belongs to Krishna. How can one think of this? Is such a low class act. And then how come this Murari, he's thinking in this way? So Murari immediately, to console Mahaprabhu, to pacify Mahaprabhu, he immediately fell to the ground and he grabbed the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and then he washed the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu with the tears of his love. Sukriti Murari Kande Dharila Charana Gupta Kola Khari Kande Shri Sachinandana. The pious Murari, Sukriti Murari, Sukriti Murari. The Sukrit is the adjective that is used for Murari. That how Murari Gupta is such a pious soul. He immediately held the lotus feet of the Lord and Kande, he was crying. He was crying and he was holding on to the lotus feet of the Lord. And again, Gupta Charana, Gupta Koli Khare Kande Shri Sachinandana. And our Sachinandan, Gaura Hari, he then picked up Murari Gupta. And again, Koli Khari means again he embraced him, he hugged him. And Mahaprabhu was also crying. Gupta Kole Khare Kande Shri Sachinandan. And while Mahaprabhu was embracing Murari Gupta, Mahaprabhu was also crying. His tears were also flowing from his eyes. So both of them were crying, and one was holding on to the Lord's lotus feet, and another was trying to pick him up and trying to embrace Murari Gupta. Last verse for today. Ye prasada Murari Guptera Prabhu Kare Taha Vancha Rama Aja Ananta Shankare. The mercy that has been showed by Gaurahari, by our Sachinandan Gaurahari, the mercy that was bestowed on Murari Gupta, Taha Vancha, the same mercy is actually Vanche, desired. Desired by whom? By Rama, by our Lakshmi Devi, by Aja, by Brahma. He is known as Aja. By Ananta, even by Ananta Shesh, and Shankare, by Lord Shankara, by Shiv Shankara. So this mercy that the Lord bestowed on Murari Gupta is actually desired by Lakshmi Devi, by Brahma, by Ananta, and by Shankara. So this is the entire pastime which Vrindavan Das Thakur has narrated in such a beautiful way, just to give us this thing that how one should really consider before committing any kind of, before doing, not committing, I should say, before performing any kind of activity. We should be very vigilant, because once initiated, we are actually representing our spiritual master. So that kind of consideration we should have. We are taking the name of a spiritual master along with us. So we should be very, very careful that how my spiritual master will feel, how Krishna will feel when I perform this activity. So if that kind of consideration is there always in our heart, then trust me, whatever we do, whatever activity we do will never go in vain, will never fail, because we are taking our spiritual master name along with each and every activity. So this way, forget about committing suicide, which is the most heinous, but in any activity, we should always remember that my spiritual master is there, watching me and taking note of each and every activity of mine. So my every activity should be for the pleasure of Krishna, for the desire to please Krishna, for the desire to please my spiritual master. Now, we have seen that how Raghunath Das Goswami also desired to leave his body. How Sanatan Goswami himself was thinking that I should give up this body. So these kind of feelings, yes, they come in the heart of pure devotees also. But the mood changes. The pure devotee doesn't want to leave the body because they are frustrated with this material world. We living entities, or we see that these days students, they are so much into so much pressure, so much peer pressure they have, that they are not able to handle all this. And the ultimate solution they find is to give up the body, is to commit suicide. But it is the most heinous of all. And forget about getting rid of frustration. Actually, it adds on more anxiety, more sufferings, because the Shastra says that you don't even get another body. You take the body of a ghost if you try to commit suicide. So, but the pure devotees, their feeling is not such. Their feeling is not to get rid of material frustration. Their feeling is because they are not able to handle the separation of the Lord. They are not able to handle the separation of the pure devotees or the intimate associates of the Lord. And that's why they feel like giving up the body. In the Ante Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita also, it is being described that how even Srimati Radharani, when Krishna left Vrindavan, apparently Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, that when he left, at that time even Radharani, Srimati Radharani was in that mood. She was telling Lalita, "Oh Lalita, I want to give up my body," because she was not able to handle that separation. But still she didn't. Still she didn't, because she thought, what if my Krishna comes back to Vrindavan? And when he comes back, because he promised that I will come back soon. So what if he comes back, if he doesn't see me, then he will cry more. And I don't want him to cry. That's the mood of Srimati Radharani. So this is the position, this is the thing, that message that is being given by Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur through this entire episode is that it pains the heart of even Krishna when we try to do anything that is not favorable to Krishna. It pains Krishna's heart also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not in short of his intimate associates. If one Murari Gupta is gone, it's not that his pastimes will not continue. His pastimes will continue. But still Mahaprabhu wants to save each and every of his intimate associate, because these associates are his sangopangastra, are his weapons, that he has come with all these intimate associates and he wants to perform all these pastimes. And through this message, he also wants to give this message to all of us, you and me, that this body, once we have surrendered unto the Supreme Lord, once we have surrendered to the spiritual master, we have zero ownership even on this body, which we call my body. We are not supposed to call this my body, because this body also doesn't belong to us. Because with Hrid, Vak, Mana, with our words, mind, and heart, and with this Kaya, with this body, we have surrendered unto the spiritual master and Lord Shri Krishna. So I'll end here. So this is the entire message that we get. So we should be very, very careful, very, very introspective. We should introspect at each and every point of our activity, that all my activities should be with only and one intention, the desire to please Krishna, the desire to please our spiritual master. So we'll end up here. And let's see if we have any quick questions or any reflections or any realizations you all want to share. Thank you so much. Shrila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, Shri Caitanya Bhagavat ki jai.
Uh, Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the wonderful, wonderful class. We wish that it never stop. You keep on explaining all the pastimes. The way you explained it was so sweet, Mataji. So nice how you related the pastime to Raghunath Das Goswami's pastime and Sanatan Goswami's pastime. And how you said what is the value of initiation. After initiation, we are completely surrendering ourselves to the spiritual master and to the service of Krishna. So there is whatever we do, we are representing our spiritual master. So we have to be very, very careful, and we have to be very, very introspective. That is a very strong word, Mataji. Means we should always keep this in our mind. For me, I have to write it and I have to remind it again and again to myself, Mataji. Thank you so much for all the nectarian, whatever you have explained, for all the nectarian class. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Just repeated the words.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, if you have any questions on realization, please unmute yourself and go ahead. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida, very, very nice class. It was so nice, so absorbing, and it is so nice when you speak. We never get diverted. So it was so nice. I was just reflecting on this fact that Murari Gupta wanted to end his life because he was thinking that, oh, I will feel separation from Mahaprabhu if Mahaprabhu winds up his pastimes. And in contrast, in his previous incarnation, he decided to stay back in spite of Lord Ramachandra's departure. He just decided to stay back, and he said, okay, I will stay back and I will just hear wherever Ram Nam is chanted or Ramayana is recited. So just it's interesting, because then later again we read in Bhagavatamrita that Hanuman feels bad at one point, not that he's blaming the Lord, but then he very sweetly he says, yeah, maybe the Lord left me and he went away knowing that I'll be here, so maybe I'm not really favored by the Lord. And then here we see again there's a play of emotion where Murari Gupta is thinking, maybe I should end my life. I don't want that experience of staying back out of the Lord goes. So just thinking through those different emotions was interesting. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. Thank you. Wonderful.
Mataji, it just came to my mind when I was hearing this. We have a similar verse in the Mukundam Mala Stotra. Yeah, if you know, where Guru Shekhar Alwar says that, while I'm like, right now I'm in my good shape and I'm chanting and I have
Yeah,
a
so
nice
she
mood.
shared, what Vinita Gandharvika Mata
Oh,
shared.
she shared it?
Pradiya Pad Pankaj
Okay,
Panjani.
I didn't read that, but I did.
Yeah, she shared. Yeah. See, this is the mood of a devotee because the devotee wants to leave the body when they are healthy, when they are able to chant, when they are surrounded by the devotees, when they are able to do Sankirtan. But still, Mahaprabhu says that it's better to bear, it's better to tolerate that vipralamba instead of leaving one's body or committing suicide. Thank you, Parima Mataji, and thank you, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, for sharing. Yes, Chinmay Vrajpriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Dandavat pranams.
Thank you for a very beautiful class, Mataji. Mataji, I had a question. Mahaprabhu was so strong on Murari for thinking to take his body. But Chota Haridas.
I was expecting somebody. First, I thought, let me cover Chota Haridas, and then I thought, okay, leave it.
Yes, Mataji, can you please explain?
Yeah, so for Chota Haridas, yes, it was his desire to meet Mahaprabhu, to see Mahaprabhu, because we know the pastime that how Bhagavan Acharya, he sent Chota Haridas Thakur, Chota Haridas to beg alms from Madhavi Devi, right? And then there was some conversation that happened between Chota Haridas and Madhavi while begging alms or rice for Mahaprabhu only, because Mahaprabhu was supposed to come for lunch at Bhagavan Acharya's home. And when Mahaprabhu came to know, he got really offended because he wants to build up that strictness of sannyas ashram. So he really felt very bad, and he basically had abandoned Chota Haridas, and he said, I'm not going to see your face again. And Chota Haridas also, for 1 full year, he waited. And all the other associates of Mahaprabhu, they all advocated from the side of Chota Haridas that somehow Mahaprabhu can forgive him and he can be restored back to his seva. But Mahaprabhu was very adamant, and he said that here onwards, if you keep on coming and disturbing me, I will leave this place and I will go to Alarnath. So Mahaprabhu was very strict on this. So as soon as Chota Haridas, he waited for that entire 1 year. But then our acharyas, even our dear Srila Prabhupada, when he commented on those verses, he said that actually Chota Haridas has made this vow that I am going to please Mahaprabhu no matter what. So his giving up his body, because then he thought that now with this deha, with this prakata deha, Mahaprabhu is not pleased. That means Mahaprabhu will not accept me. For 1 complete year, Mahaprabhu didn't accept him. So he thought, but my pratigya, my vow is that I have to serve. If not with this prakata deha, then maybe with aprakata deha. So he was ready even to get the body of a ghost because he wants to somehow serve Krishna, somehow serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he went to Prayagraj and he gave up his body in that Triveni Sangam. He gave up his body. But it has been explained that even after giving up his body, he didn't attain that ghost. He didn't get that ghost body. He didn't attain that ghost body. Rather, he was situated back into his Gandharva. He was a Gandharva. He was situated back in his Gandharva body, and there also he would serve because his desire was to serve. So there in that body also he was serving Mahaprabhu. Gandharva Deha. He got that Gandharva Deha. And there also the whole night he would come and he will sing for Mahaprabhu because he was a very good kirtanier. So he would sing for Mahaprabhu and nobody will notice. It will only he and Mahaprabhu. That kind of intimate he got with Mahaprabhu that only when he will sing Kirtan, Mahaprabhu will be able to hear and nobody else. And the whole night he will be with Mahaprabhu. So the point here we have to understand that Yes, he gave up his body because he wants to be always in the service of the Lord. And when he made all his attempts with this deha, with this prakat deha to serve Lord, and all his attempts fail, then his thought process of giving up the body and serving Mahaprabhu in his aprakat deha became fruitful. Again, don't have to take this as a norm. So this is not a norm, or this is not a principle that has been established, but this is just one rare case, you can say, where he gave up his body and he got back the body of a Gandharva, and he, even in that aprakat deha, he started serving the Supreme Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And but this is not a principle that has been set. So that we have to understand. If this would have been the principle, then Mahaprabhu would have not stopped Sanatan Goswami, and Sanatan Goswami would have not stopped Raghunath Das Goswami. And Mahaprabhu himself is saying, if just by giving up the body you think that you'll get Krishna Prem, then I would have given this body millions of times. But this is not the principle that has been set. So we have to see that it's just a circumstantial thing that happened with Chota Haridas, and he did this, but still Mahaprabhu protected him. And Mahaprabhu gave him his Siddha Deha, and he was still serving Mahaprabhu in his Aprakat Deha. Hope that helps, Mataji.
Beautiful, beautiful, Mataji. Thank you. And the lesson, Mahaprabhu had a bigger lesson to convey there, so he used Chota Haridas.
He used Chota Haridas. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. So beautifully explained. Danvat pranam, Mataji.
Danvat pranam.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Chinmay Mataji. Yes, Mataji, in the chat also, devotees are saying thank you for the nice class, Mataji. Yasumati Mataji is also saying so nice, Mataji, beautiful class and pastimes between pure Bhakta and Lord. So amazing, so grateful to you. Thank you so much. Aita Mataji is also thanking you for the nice explanations and nice question and answer session also. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much.
I cannot see any more hand raises, Mataji. So with your permission, can we end the call here? Okay.
Sure, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji, for an enlightening class today, and we will look forward for your association again and again in the future. Dear devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Mataji and all the devotees. Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Caitanya Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, Kirtida Sundari Mataji ki jai.
Wonderful class, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kripamai Mataji. Good to see you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Dandavat pranams to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, dear devotees, we can end up here.
Here.